Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jojo.
And Shruti. What's up here? You're waiting
No,
for
no.
that?
I was thinking of what to say. Clearly, I'm not prepared at all today.
Belated
but
happy Holi. It is the
I
after effect of
know.
Holi.
Okay, now that you've said that, I'll have to release this first. All the reactions we record today, but that's fine. We shall do. This is actually supposed to be released first because it is the most requested track this week. Like people have
Oh, wow. Okay.
have bombarded not just the comment section but my DMs also. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, so it's the title track of Ikka's album Nishu. You know?
Acha,
So
Nishu.
yeah,
Yes.
so we reacted to that song of his, which like the video was that Sab Janta Hai wala, that almost mumble vibe that we heard first time from Ikka. That was like, okay, this is different. So anyway, this is the story behind that is that was supposed to be his collab with Stan, and then it didn't happen. Then he didn't change the vibe of the song. He kept it in that vibe. So I was like, man, this guy can do everything, like
Interesting.
it doesn't stop even after so long in the game. The different avatars. So anyway, coming to this title track, it is 1 second. Artist Ikka, song Nishu, producer Arun Tanwar, music Ilui, Ryan Nerby, Kingfisher Beats, mix and master A Shock. Fine. Okay, 1 second. I'm seeing some Inflict in the title, so I'm just seeing who is Inflict. Okay, directed, conceptualized, and edited by Inflict. Fine. So that's the video person.
Yep.
Video in charge. Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Long list of credits, huh? And there's a whole cast also. Okay,
yeah,
then.
So I mean, I think it looks like a complicated video. Chalo, dekhte hain.
Chalo. Ready.
Without further ado, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, play.
Happy, Joel, Jamil, Nishu.
फटी खेला पले बड़े पतंगबाज जब भी छत पे चढ़े साइकिल पे व्हीली से करतब करे दुकान पे चोरी के किस्से बड़े विंडो की सेगा में सोनिक चले स्वैट कैट 4:30 बजे रैंक 1 मेरे पत्ते बड़े बचपन से जीते ना क्लैश करे बाप शराबी बेटा या वारा सबकी नजरों में मैं यकल नाकारा ट्यूशन के टीचर को ऑफिस का गुस्सा बर्थडे पे मेरे फट्टे से मारा मैं बचपन से पिसा बचपन से गुस्सा भरा ऐसे हालातों में सुना था शेड इंस्पायर्ड हुआ मैं रैपर बना निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं बचपन से ही कुत्ती चीजूं निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं बचपन से ही कुत्ती संजीत की छत पे फूकी है सिग्गी मैं फैना में नाम का इसका था 50 मेरी दोस्त ने कैसा टपाई पहली थी 50 की दूसरी भी 50 की टी ब्लू बैगी जीन सर पे थी स्टार्टर एक नकली नाइकी एक स्कूल की बंदियां दोनों भाई की पहली चिल्लम हमने साथ में पी था खून गरम ना किसी का डर हुई खाई पी में हाफ मर्डर खून था टिम्बरलैंड्स के ऊपर गुनाह करके भागे थी बड़ी खबर मैंने गोलू को फोन में लाया हाँफते उसे बताया भाई मैं कलेश कराया गोलू ने आते ही चांटा लगाया और गुस्से में बोला हो जाएगा खाक तेरे सपनों का घर अभी भी वक्त जा तू संभल बैसाखी ना बने कलम ठीक तू कर ले करम और मांगा वचन मैं बचपन से पिसा बचपन से गुस्सा भरा ऐसे हालातों में सुना था शेड इंस्पायर्ड हुआ मैं रैपर बना निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं बचपन से ही कुत्ती चीजूं निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं बचपन से ही कुत्ती बचपन में पैसे थे कम ख्वाहिश थी ज्यादा बापू ने किया जितना कर पाता खिलौने की जिद सोया मैं तब जब दादी ने करा दिलाने का वादा गर्मी की छुट्टी 10वीं की बात सा दिल्ली में जॉब अच्छे से याद पैसा कमाना था लेना था पीएस मैं जा रहा था घर जब आई वो रात लौंडे खड़े थे कुछ टोली में सनक सी थी उनकी भोली में उन सब ने घेरा मुझे और पूछा क्या नया क्या हूँ मैं कॉलोनी में बातों बातों में मेरी जेब पे हाथ मारा छीना मोबाइल गाली था वो बके जा रहा हाथ फेरा उसने ब्लेड उसके हाथ में कान पे लगा खुली खाल खून बहे जा रहा बेतहाशा भटक रहा था मैं सड़क पे, रोक रहा गाड़ी या चोट की मैं तड़प में, होने लगा धुंधला सब चारों तरफ से, पास से हूँ मिला दिल्ली नाम की नरक से। मैं बचपन से पिसा, बचपन से गुस्सा भरा, ऐसे हालातों में सुना था शेडी इंस्पायर्ड हुआ मैं रैपर बना। निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु, हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं, बचपन से ही कुत्ती चीजूं। निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु, हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं, बचपन से ही कुत्ती चीजूं। निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु, हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं, बचपन से ही कुत्ती चीजूं।
I wasn't expecting that. That's very
Nice storytelling.
very
One,
such
but
nice storytelling that it's the impact that it's having is that it's feeling so real, and it is his real story but recreated in such a way that it's almost like क्यों क्यों लोग इतना ये खून खराबा क्यों होता है मेरे को समझ नहीं आती, and that too just for Josh, like someone's
Just the-
childhood can get affected.
just the macho-ness in the world needs to die. Seriously, what is the point? Anyway, I was not expecting this at all, but it really took us into his world, like
Really
but
did.
honestly, I felt like it's incomplete. Maybe I don't know if it is, or it's meant to be stopped at this point in the story, or if it's going to continue in further songs. But I just felt like, but what happened after, like I felt like what happens next, I want to know. Like that's what it's leaving me with at the end, because the last scene we saw was when he was being beaten up and was, like ran and tried to find a car and save himself and get help.
Yeah.
And then of course that kind of, I think that sums up who he was and what his story has been.
Where his life started from. Yeah. Like even
so
the last
sure.
scene when you see, like, there's a fight kind of thing and they're beating up this boy and he's kind of walking past it. So for me, that visual was that he's left his past behind and he's kind of walked into his future. Like I took that last scene as that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah,
because when it started, and you know how wo cycle pe sabko bula rahe hain and all that started, I thought it'll be a very happy childhood song.
Yeah.
You know, when you're reminiscing about your childhood and you're talking about ke sab ikatte ho rahe hain and what we did and whatever. Very quickly it took a
Different
dark turn.
Mm.
Yeah. And then immediately I was like, okay. And that fatte se marne wala, that scene which was there, it was so subtle, you know, while being expressed in the video. जितना subtle वो visual में था, उतना impactful वो imagination में हो गया because of the way they showed it.
That made me so angry. That made me so freaking angry. Like, how dare someone hit someone? That too with something like that, and that too on their birthday. Like, forget that it was on his birthday. That's another sad factor. But it's just like, how can anyone, like, pisses me off that people think it's okay to hit anyone, whether it's a child or whether it's anyone. It's not okay. It's just
it's violation of someone's entire being, and that leaves a very huge mark which goes ya to pura dabane mein ya pura aisa, and unknowingly it then replicates. Anyway, that's like a different psychology thing we'll then go into. But this song is very, very well made. I have to say, I did not expect to get sucked into it like that with the whole life story that is being projected. It was just, and very nicely, even with the switches hue the na beech mein, it was the way it was done. It went so well with the graph of the song that you kind of didn't expect a switch will happen, but the switch enhanced the storyline. That was beautifully done. I felt like, when that happened.
Yeah, and the thing is, I am too. The thing is, musically, I felt like there was the whole Nishu, the hook part. When it kept coming through the storytelling, it didn't to me, this whole song sounded like a story from start to end. It didn't feel like hook aa raha hai beech mein, because it was kind of like, how when you're growing up, what are those kahanis called, where from start to end the कहानी is going on, and then वो बीच में एक line starting की फिर से वो repeat करते हैं, and then they get back into the story again. Like I can't remember what that structure is
Dastangoyi
as.
type.
No.
जो spoken stories, Panchatantra ki या
But
Dastangoyi
yeah,
the
I'm
way.
thinking more Panchtantra type style,
हाँ, okay.
but I can't remember. Anyway, so it just kind of made me feel like that was the structure being followed, and it didn't give you a stopgap feel at all. It just went smooth
Yeah.
from start to end. So that I really liked. And of course, like my thoughts while the whole thing was going on is that, man, um we don't know anyone's story in this world.
No,
Like we don't know
no.
anything that they've been through. So, when people react in certain ways, or when people are like saying certain things, not just celebrities or famous people, but just anyone in general in our lives that we come
Yeah.
across, people react to certain situations in different ways from how you would react. But instead of judging them for it, we have to just be like, okay, they're reacting because their life experiences are different. Their feelings about this thing is different, so they are reacting in this way, and it's just important to try and understand why they're reacting that way, rather than to just sit back and judge them, or be dismissive of
Yeah.
them and their feelings and thoughts, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I was just feeling so much like empathy. Is this, like you said, when it started, we felt like it's going to be a happy childhood memory reliving kind of song. And imagine if that had continued in that space for this person, if he had a happy childhood, and if he had not had all these incidents happen, like how the happening of certain events just changes the course of our personalities, not
Yep.
life, but it changes the course of our personalities in such a
Yep.
big way.
I mean, something so simple like what you go through, we listen to the kind of music that we relate to. Even as children, wherever we find self expression is the kind of music that we gravitate towards and then expose ourselves to. He kept identifying again and again and again that, it was Eminem for him, and how different moments of it. The reason he found that much relatability, all of us know Eminem songs, what they were about back then. So for him to find that kind of relatability, it opens up a new world. You're so right that, it opens up a new world, how we see people. That one scene when, even in the video, ke khoon laga hua tha haath pe, and when he was like kind of, because of that blade, I've heard of so many such blade incidents.
Really?
And they happen. Yeah, while growing up, I heard many such incidents, and it used to scare me, because it suddenly projects a society which is so that you can't walk out on the road,
Yeah.
and for no fault of yours.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do then? So it's just बहुत अच्छा video बनाया. It's a very important video to put out for
Yeah.
people to watch, to ponder upon, and to rethink and think. I think अगर एक इंसान भी ये video देख के जो by chance उस type की rage में है and can calm down saying, यार ये क्या, what am I doing, and what is the long term plan with this kind of rage? If a person can feel helped now, I think it's a huge feat by itself.
Yeah, because when you're living those moments, right, there's so much frustration and anger in you that then, of course, you will turn to people who help you voice your feelings, like a 50s or Eminem, or everyone he was listening to and wanting to.
And Timberland,
Yeah.
we'll cover later.
But again, there, like, it's very difficult to step back and have an out of body thought situation happening in your mind, where you're like, what am I doing to myself? What am I doing here?
Correct.
Am I going to be this angry, frustrated person, or am I going to see that this shit happened to me, but I have to step away from it and still see the good that can come to me in the future. The future is still not written. The past is written and it's done. And like him walking away from what was happening in his past was a very strong symbolic scene at the end there. But so now, over the emotional journey and the thing that he's been through in life, clearly he's reached that point where he's like, the future is not written, right? I can make the future full of joy and happy things for me. And I can stop being in this frustrated state of mind, and I can just be in a state of mind where I focus on making my life better every day. And that's it, So it takes a lot to reach that point. Because for years and years, people then sit in that event and relive that event in their mind, and they forget that the past is only alive in your mind. It's gone. It's not alive anymore. You can just literally from this moment on start a new chapter and a new life with new energy. Okay, really. And that scene also with his friend snapping him out of it, like, what are you doing with your life? You know, are you going to destroy everything and then go down this
Yeah.
road? Or are you like, and you need friends like that in life?
Yep.
Very important. I was very emotional during the song. Can I just say, like, I'm holding back. But anyway, very like, man, I didn't know Ikka had this like side to him as well. So beautifully telling the story. Man, really good. And the video, by the way, everyone in the video and the direction and everything. I really like that last shot also after the song ended with him sitting with his wall with all the posters and
Yeah.
important shots. Okay.
Heavy हो गया ये वाला.
बहुत heavy
बहुत
हो गया.
heavy हो गया.
But props to everyone involved in the making of the video, and of course props to Ikka and his team, and just for
Yeah.
coming up with a song like this. It's very important. I think it's going to make a lot of people, like Eminem has no clue how many people's lives he's affected,
Yeah.
and how many people he's helped bring out of certain dark places. I think, you know, you can say the same for an artist like Ikka. When he releases music like this, you just don't know who you're going to impact and which kid where is gonna listen to this song and watch this video and feel the right thing. So good stuff. And thank you guys for requesting. Definitely looking forward to the rest of this album. I'm not going to talk much now. It's done. See you in the next one. Live long and prosper.
निशु 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 नाम मेरा सुन निशु हरी हरी पत्ती पीसूं बचपन से ही कुत्ती चीसूं